Hi, welcome to my live. How are you? Please say hi on the chat. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. How are you, everyone? Thank you for joining my live. Good to see you. Please say hi on the comment section. How are you doing? Where are you joining from? And good to have all of you joining this live. It's a great thing. It's amazing. It's heartwarming. Yeah, and yes. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Say hello on the chat and welcome. It's a good Friday. It's a good Friday evening this side. I don't know what time it is from your end, but thank you so much for sparing time to join this live. I really, really appreciate you. Please do well to subscribe if you haven't before. Do well to like this live and stay tuned. Stay put so that we can share, we can learn from one another, we can edify each other. And thank you so much. Thank you once again for being here. I appreciate you. Yes, hi, it's me. Is that your name? It's all right. Thank you. Hi, how are you? I'm good myself. It's a good Friday evening, beautiful Friday evening, and it's just amazing to be here and connect with you, to hear from you, share with you, to learn from you, and one another and grow together. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. We're not in a hurry today because it's a Friday evening. I don't know whether it's morning from someone's end or afternoon, but it's evening from my end. So just headed to. Thank you so much. It's me. Say you good. Oh, great to know I'm good too. And thank you for subscribing. Yeah, so we can start today's discussion. Not in a rush, but step by step, and I pray that we learn something from one another. Yeah. So today I was just wondering, and as I go to the weekend, as I head towards the weekend, I was just wondering and asking myself, really, what makes me fulfilled? What really makes me fulfilled as a human being, as an individual? And it could also be a question for you and to you, that what really makes you fulfilled or satisfied or happy, or that thing that gives you joy, that thing that which, if it's taken away from you, that fulfillment would be gone, or that joy would be gone. Something that can't be bought, something that can't be traded for anything. Yeah. What is that one thing? Or it could be two things, five things, 10 things that really makes you fulfilled as a human being, as a person, as an individual, as a group. I don't know. But what is that one thing that makes you fulfilled? If you could share on the charts one or two, and maybe why, it would be great for us to learn from one another. Yeah. And please, can also say hi and tell us your name, where you're watching from, and if you are good, we would be so happy to know. Yeah, so I would just start by saying there's so many things that makes people fulfilled, depending on an individual, and depending on our priorities in life. So what makes me fulfilled may be the same thing that make the other person fulfilled, or maybe not. Yeah, but by the end of the day, whatever makes you and I fulfilled should be something that is eternal, something that is everlasting, something that cannot be traded for anything else. Yeah, thank you everyone who is joining, and Aban, thank you for saying hi. We're just beginning. It's a Friday, and we're just grateful as we get into the weekend. Just reflecting, what is that one thing that really makes you fulfilled or satisfied, or happy, something that gives you joy and peace. And what happens if that thing is taken away? Does it really define your true fulfillment or true satisfaction? Yeah, we could have them coming in the chat so that we learn from one another. But for me, number one priority is having a relationship with God. That one really satisfies. Without that, I don't think I would find fulfillment, because our relationship with God can't be traded for anything. Jesus had already done it for us. So just the fact that I'm able to be in a relationship with God through Jesus Christ dying for me on the cross and giving me that access and forgiving my sins, that is one thing that cannot be traded for anything else on earth. And that is one of the things that really makes me fulfilled, something that I treasure. I don't know if it can be taken away, but no one can take it away, because it's been granted to us freely. And if you've made a choice to have a relationship with God, no one can take that away from us. No one can buy it from us, or we cannot be bought off with money. Not even billions or trillions can buy that. So that's my number one fulfillment. The fact that God calls me his own, the fact that I am a child of God, the fact that I'm born again, it makes me fulfilled. It gives me so much joy and so much peace. Yes. And yeah, that's the top, I would say the top priority, number one for me. I don't know about you. We could be sharing as we move along, but thank you so much for joining, Alvin. Karibu sana, Alvin Mwangi. You could tell us how you're doing and just one thing that make you satisfied or fulfilled in this life. Yeah, my number one, because I know that without that, I don't know. My lives revolve around that relationship I have with God. It's so satisfying and fulfilling to know that God loves me so much to a point of sacrificing his one and only. How many would do that for us? Not not even myself. Not even myself would really want to do that for someone, but he did that for me. So that is satisfying and fulfilling, and giving me joy and peace and happiness. Yeah, it's just more than enough. Another thing that gives me fulfillment is living a life of purpose. Yeah, life that has direction, life that has meaning, life that is aligned to the will of God again. And that life that it's not just living it for yourself or because you want to achieve this and that, but that life that is well led by God. You know that I'm living this kind of life not because of anything, but because it's a life full of purpose, life that is impactful, that has influence. It may not be the worldly influence, but life that is touching other people's lives, not just me and about me alone. So that is so fulfilling for me. And another one is just living to love and to serve others. Imagine if I'm just living to love myself, as they call it, self love, to love myself and serve myself. I'll feel good, but is it something that is in and out of season, or it's just something for a moment? You'd feel good for a moment, you'll serve yourself for a moment, but at some point you'll feel loneliness. Realize that life is just live a life to to live, to love other people and to serve other people. That gives me so much fulfillment. That gives me so much joy that is immeasurable. Yeah. How about you? What really makes you fulfilled? And as I continue to share more and more of the things that gives me fulfillment, I would also say that that's living a life of gratitude. You know, when you are thankful, you'll feel so that thankfulness brings the element of contentment. When you are thankful and when you are content, you will feel so much fulfilled. But when you are not content, you'll always want more, and that emptiness, that hollowness, you'll never feel that I've had enough. You'll never feel that I'm really satisfied. You'll never feel that whatever I have at the moment is enough, is fulfilling, is satisfying, it's giving me joy. When you have a grateful heart, you will feel content, sorry, and you will also feel so much joy that God, you have granted me today and for this season, and I'm grateful. My joy is complete, and my happiness is just it's enough. But when you are not grateful, you know you just want more. Even if you would have the whole world, you'd still not feel that satisfaction or joy or fulfillment. You'd still desire for more. Even if they give you the whole world and everything in it, but if you are not content and if you are not grateful, you can never be happy, or you can never experience that true satisfaction or true joy or true fulfillment, as we would say today. Yeah, and another thing that gives me true satisfaction is personal growth in character and in faith as well. Imagine if you just wake up today is 1st of July 2025, and then maybe 5 years later, or let's even say 2 months or 6 months later, there's no growth in character or growth in faith or generally growth in your life. You would not feel fulfilled. But the small things that really matters, growth in my character. Maybe I wasn't patient yesterday, but somehow there's something that has helped me to grow in patience, to grow in being gracious, to grow in being kind. When that happens, that kind of growth happens to me, I really feel satisfied and I feel so much joy that is so deep that can't really be explained. But what of if I'm just there, I'm just stagnating? There's nothing that is happening in my growth in terms of character, growth in faith. I'm always shaken. I don't know what I want. I can't I can't even believe. I always live in disbelief. I wouldn't be satisfied because I would just be wondering, living in a point of, I don't know, point of confusion, point of, but when the character grows, you feel that something is really happening in my life. this growth that is happening in my life, growth in faith, growth in character, and generally growth in our daily lives, our daily walk with God, our daily lives, growth in career, the small things that we may be ignoring. Sometimes you may think that growth is being promoted. You could be thinking growth is maybe opening more branches or having more branches in your business, the little things, growth even in handling your clients on a daily basis. Yesterday, you were impatient with the ones that didn't understand you well, but today you have learned to handle them. That is something satisfying. That is something that relates to growth, and it's so fulfilling. You would feel even more happy knowing that. So I didn't know how to deal with this challenge yesterday, or maybe a month or a year ago, but today I'm very sure that when this kind of challenge comes, I can be able to handle it very well. That is growth in character and growth in faith. Maybe you didn't have much faith in God, or you are not sure, just living in disbelief or doubt. But when that has happened, it's so satisfying to know that I could be going through something or my life is not in order, but I believe in God. I believe that He is able to sort things out. When you have grown to that level, it could not be so much, it could just be a little bit, but that is so fulfilling and satisfying. Yeah, and those are some of the things that just gives me full satisfaction, that is so deep that can't be really traded for anything else. I don't know about you, what really makes you fulfilled when you wake up in the morning and the day ends, when it's 2 months later, a year has ended, what really makes you satisfied? There is sit down as a person, is Quinta, I sit and feel that I'm happy. I have so much joy in my heart, and the kind of joy and satisfaction I have, I can't trade it for money. I can't trade it for anything. I can't trade it for fame. I cannot trade it. That is what we know and really define as true satisfaction. And thank you so much for joining. Those who are just joining now, thank you so much, Brian Computers. I see you. Thank you for saying hi. Please share on the chats just one thing that really makes you fulfilled or satisfied as a person. Thank you so much, Rab God Abden. Thank you. I see you. Thank you for joining. Just one, if you don't mind sharing, so that you could also learn from one another. What is that one thing that really makes you fulfilled? That you wake up in the morning and you may not have everything that you have, but you just feel you are satisfied. You just feel your joy is complete. You just feel you are so happy, you are so grateful, you are so content, your life is in order. Just one thing. And I know our list could be different, or our list could be endless. But the things that truly satisfies are those things that cannot be bought, if I would put it that way. The things that cannot be traded with money or the worldly things. And I'm not saying that the worldly things don't matter. They do matter, yes. We need them right here on earth. We all need money. We all need good life. We all need riches, every good thing that life can offer us. But let me ask you, you could be saying that for example, I'm poor. If God gave me 10 million today, I think my life would be different. I would be so happy. I would be so fulfilled. But what if I get the 10 million today? Would I be really fulfilled as I really desired? Or maybe there's someone who is having billions, but are they really fulfilled? Yes, we need the money. We need good life. No one would say no to good life. But as we desire all those things, the good things of life, we all need them. But where does true satisfaction comes from? Because there are also people who have a lot, billions, and the billionaires, and there are people who have trillions. But there are also those people who have millions and billions, and they are dying in depression. They are seeking for joy, but they can't even buy it. So as we desire all the good things, the great things of life, no one would say no to them, including myself. But What is that one thing that really satisfies? What is that one thing that really satisfies? It is that thing that you can't trade for anything. You can't trade it for money. You can't trade it for fame. You can't even trade it with your job or your business. Something that you really treasures. You cannot trade it with that. That is what really satisfies. Living a life of purpose. Living a life that is not selfless, serving other people, living your life to have a good relationship with God that will last forever, even when you're gone, securing a place in His kingdom. Those are the things that really matters to us. Even as we pursue life, the good things that we need, yes, we need them right here. But beyond having them, what of if something happens and everything is taken away? Will I still be fulfilled? Will you still be fulfilled? Maybe you could ask yourself that this evening as you really reflect in your life what really matters to you and makes you fulfilled. Yeah, I would say that, and just have a moment to think about it. If all that you are chasing is taken away today, or all that you have is taken away today, would you still stand strong and say that, indeed, I'm fulfilled, I have joy, I'm satisfied? Yeah, may God help us to focus more on Him and make Him the priority, so that whatever He gives us, we'll use it to live a more fulfilled life, to serve our purpose that He created us for. We live to serve others. We live to use them to love others, to care for others, and just to live to serve Him and to live for Him. Thank you so much for sparing time to join this live. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I pray that you've gotten something helpful, or you've learned, or something to unlearn, or something you'd want to ask. I really appreciate you always sparing time to join this live, even for just 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It means a whole lot. And thank you so much, Mandate, for joining. Please do well to like my chat. And if you haven't subscribed before, kindly do so, if you don't mind. And thank you so much for Talei as well, Wangeshi, for joining my live. I appreciate you. I see you. Please do well to like my live, and do well to subscribe if you haven't before. And thank you for saying that God has helped you in education and you are number one overall in your school. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us and for lifting our spirit. Well done. I'm so happy for you, and thank you even for acknowledging God that He has helped you more and more to winnings, and may you be number one all the way. Yes. Thank you so much. And at this point, I would just say that I appreciate you, and I would say that bye-bye. Till next time, and I love you, Tale. I love you, Mandate, and everyone who spared time. May the good Lord bless you. May everything you put your hands to do bear fruits 100 folds for the glory of God. Bye-bye.